Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. And then Ronaldo.
Off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
Okay. Good afternoon or evening, wherever you are, everybody. This is the 6th episode of the Ball and Everything Else podcast. And I hope you are ready for the treats or the multiple treats that we have for this episode. But as you already know, we start every episode with an inspirational quote. And this is from my favorite player of all time. Well, not all time, my favorite player right now, Wardell Stephen Curry.
Ain't no way,
Success is not an accident. It is actually a choice. And you may be thinking, what do you mean by that, Steph? Well, success is a choice in the sense that you cannot just half-heartedly reach success. You have to actually consistently put in the work, consistently take steps towards whatever you're trying to achieve. You know, it doesn't happen overnight. Great things don't come overnight. You have to work at it until, you get to like a good level of proficiency. So that is exactly what, hey, he's the greatest shooter of all time. He knows best. He was a 6'3" scrawny guard, and now look at him. Great, one of the greatest players to ever play the game. So, no, I am not glazing. Just, I respect greatness.
I mean, honestly, even though it's Curry, I think that's probably like top 2 quote so far. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. All this Curry glazing narratives over. See, greatness right here, bruh. But anyway, as you can see, we have somebody you may not recognize. We have another guest, and I'll say he's one of my good friends that I met in college. As far as like people that I didn't know prior to college, he's definitely my top 3 friends, probably top 2 actually. But everybody, let's give it up for my boy Rohan.
What's up?
That's the most basic what's up I've ever heard, bro. But anything you want to say to the people before we jump into the actual meat and potatoes of the episode?
David carried me and Cam. That's all I want.
Okay, chill out. I did not carry you. It was a team effort. All right, but we are going to be starting off with something that was recently added to the podcast. It is fantasy draft. Now, if you didn't watch last episode, we did a fantasy draft with just current players. So we could pick any current player, build our team however we wanted. And we did it from starting lineup, 6th man, 7th man, and 8th man. And we're going to be doing the same thing this episode, but the difference is we're going to be looking at only the Eastern Conference. So you can only pick players from the Eastern Conference. And we're making a starting lineup, 6th man, 7th man, and 8th man. And I already determined the order. And the order will be Rohan first. No, this is not biased. I did a random spin the wheel. I already recorded the first one. So you can see, there's no bias. I don't need people to be like, oh, is this 95% confidence interval? Like, no, just there's no cheating here. If anything, I'll be going first all the time. We're cheating. But anyway, it's Rohan, Melo, and then I'm last. So for all the people who are saying there may be some cheating, I hope you're happy. But I'm going to share my screen. It's our second one. So we already know the first one. There's some unserious picks. Not by me. My picks were really good. If you really know ball, you will say I'd probably have the best team. But, hey, everybody had their own opinion. But, yeah, also, similar to last time, each person has 30 seconds to make a pick because we don't have all day. Yes, only 30 seconds. We don't have all day. Bro, it's not going to shouldn't take that long to make a pick, bro, especially since this is current. But so we're going to do it in order, then we'll snake back. So Rohan will go, Melo will go, I'll go, then we snake back. So after I make my first pick, I'll make my second pick, then we'll go to Melo, Rohan, and then we'll continue to the end. All right. You got that, Rohan?
Yep.
You ready for this, bro?
I'm born ready.
All right. And I'm also going to be showing the clock just so you know. So it's not like you're having to like freaking memorize the time. So Rohan, with the first pick, you are on the clock.
Oof. Okay. This is rough. Okay. I think I'm ready.
Bro, make your pick.
Oh. I'm taking a power forward.
Mhm.
I'm going Giannis. It's like, come on, like really?
Yeah. All right.
That's like
cool.
it's self-explanatory.
You want him a power forward?
Yeah.
All right. Good pick.
Good pick.
I respect it. Melo, you're on the clock.
Want to go ahead and draft the same guy I drafted in the last draft. You know, his son's famous. He plays for the Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum, small forward.
Wait, who's his son?
How do you not know his son, man?
Is it Joel Embiid?
Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Then who is it then? Who's his son? Do not say Jimmy.
I was thinking more of KD, but yeah.
Oh, shoot. He made him switch conferences. All right. Now it's my turn. With my first pick, I will, similar to last episode, I'll make the same pick. A guy who is known by many nicknames. A guy who had to hustle his way all the way to the NBA and to NBA superstardom. A guy who I consider the second best player in the NBA. A guy who I feel like is getting too much hate. Give me Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
If we were going in the playoffs.
Okay.
All right. So now I'm back on the clock. So this is a guy who, similar to me, is left-handed. And he cooked my team to a degree, even though he lost. I call him a military paint beast. A guy who Luka will forever be crying in his dreams, begging him to come back. Give me Jalen Brunson.
Wow, that's a questionable pick. I ain't gonna lie, but
Yeah, that might be an unserious pick, honestly.
Hey, bro, no. You guys don't know the vision. All right, Melo, you're on the clock.
I'm going with the obvious choice here. Some people say he robbed the best player in the league. Essentially, I guess. I'm taking Joel Embiid, center.
I'm not tripping.
Yeah, man, that was my pick.
I had to at least get a decent big, you know.
We don't pick, bro. I don't pick chokers. That's why.
Oh, brother.
All right, Rohan, you're on the clock.
All right. See, I was gonna go center because being a Hawks fan, we're so poverty in the paint. It's so tragic. But now that Embiid's off the table, I think I'm gonna go D-Mitch, Donovan Mitchell.
That was my next
Good
pick. Bro.
pick. I like that.
Damn.
Spider Mitchell. Yes, sir. I like that. All right. Rohan, you're on the clock.
Back up. All right, now I might go for a center. No, actually, no. I need a court general. I need someone feeding these balls. Oh, pause.
Wait.
Dang, bro. Nah, I'm serious, bro.
I'm gonna go. Obviously, some people might question my bias. We're gonna go Trae Young. point guard.
Okay. Not bad,
Nice
not
tray.
bad.
Nice tray. Owner of New York.
Yep.
Spike Lee, bro. You need an owner? Got your man. All right. Melo, you're on the clock.
All right. It's kind of like a tough pick here. I'm not going to lie. Get a little bit more time with this one. I need a facilitator, get the ball to everyone, make sure our team can look good out there. Give me Tyrese Halliburton, point guard.
I like that. Actually, a very underrated player right there. All right. Mhm. Actually, before I make this pick, do you guys have a problem with me switching players' positions? But if I move Jimmy Butler to small forward, would you have a problem with that?
That's fine.
All
Not
right.
really.
All right. So, with my third pick of the second Ball and Everything fantasy draft, I'm picking a guy who robbed a guy of a dunk contest award. A guy who is very good and can fit in multiple roles. He can be a catch and shoot guy. He can be a facilitator. He can be a main scorer. Give me one of the best dunkers in the NBA, Zach LaVine.
I was gonna pick him. Nice pick.
That's
Yes, sir. People sleep on Zach LaVine, bro. Don't let the fact that the Bulls are mid fool you, bro. One of the top 5 shooting guards in the NBA, in my opinion. So I am back on the clock. So a power forward or center, dang. I need somebody who can get me boards. Or I could get somebody who can shoot and score. But I want to go with the guy who is known for blocking some of the greatest slashers in NBA history. A guy who's been compared to Josh Childress. Give me one of the best rim protectors, Jared Allen.
Seriously, bro?
good lord.
I thought this man was going somewhere else, bro. Nah, Jared Allen is crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, bro. Y'all don't see the vision. I'm telling you. You need to see the vision.
Do you see the vision?
I think the
Go
vision
ahead,
may be
Melo.
taken away from you, bro.
Go ahead, Melo.
All right. I need to get rim protection as well. I'm not sure why this guy didn't choose this guy because he's probably one of his favorite players. But at power forward, give me Bam Adebayo.
You see, thing is, I already picked him last, so I didn't last episode. I don't want to pick him. I just want to reserve him. I like let somebody else get him, bro. Hey, bro, Nigerian Rudy Gobert. That's all I'm gonna say. Nigerian Rudy Gobert. That's cool. That's cool. Right, Rohan, you're on the clock.
So I only have Trae Young and Spider Mitchell, but we gonna need some shooters because I'm going to kill you from 3. I'm gonna go Chris Middleton, Mr. Bugs Bunny himself.
No, that's a nice nickname. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, what the heck? I did not expect that, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, and that leaves you with the center. And
Oh, Rohan, you're on the clock.
yeah, and this one you guys might see this as an unserious pick, but I'm going with Mr. Man himself, Tingus Pingus.
It's not a
Could've
bad
been
pick.
many
That's not a
options.
bad pick.
It's not a bad
That's
pick.
like, bro, Kristaps Porzingis is good.
I mean, for what's left, yeah, that's probably the best option. I'm not gonna lie.
He's a solid player. Right? Melo, you're on the clock.
Huh. Kind of close between these two. I'm not gonna lie. My starting shooting guard. Give me DeJounte Murray.
No comment. He's mid. That's why. No comment. Mid.
I mean, he's basically level with the rest of the guards left. I'm not gonna lie. But
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, I just thought of somebody who might be.
Oh yeah, no, there is
Well,
one.
it depends. I don't know if you consider him a guard, but
Mr.
depends
Holy
on who you
overpay
ask.
himself.
You know what? I'll just say if he gets picked, I won't say. But if he does get picked, I won't say. But if he doesn't get picked, I will reveal who I'm thinking of. But anyway, with my last pick of the starting lineup of the second ball and everything else fantasy draft, I'm getting one of the darkest men on earth, a champion, a guy who is an all-star caliber player, a guy who many people don't talk about because of the team he plays on. He's in a different country, but he put up 25 points a game on efficient shooting. Give me Pascal Siakam.
Yeah, it's a valid
bro,
pick.
use the entire clock, bro.
Yeah, bro. Gotta do it for my African brothers, bro. But anyway,
No way.
before we proceed with the bench, let us go over the starting lineups. So, for Team Rohan, at point guard, he has the owner of New York, a guy who terrorizes the whole organization. He may be a little overrated, but he's still a dog. Ice Ray Young. A shooting guard, we have a guy who dropped 71 points. A guy who got smacked by that same team, Donovan Mitchell. Shooting guard, we have a guy I've heard be compared to Jimmy Butler. Guy I've heard get called 8 Kobe by some people. Chris Middleton. Power forward, we have his teammate, the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Center, the biggest acquisition made by the Boston Celtics, Kristaps Porzingis. Team Melo, at point guard, one of the most underrated point guards in the NBA, Tyrese Halliburton. Shooting guard, he has a guy who is known for bouncing the ball on top of a rookie's head, DeJounte Murray. A small forward, he has a guy who is supposed to be light-skinned Kobe or just a more aggressive Paul George, Jason Tatum. At power forward, he has Nigerian Rudy Gobert, Bam Adebayo. At center, he has the sympathy MVP, the guy who is begging Jimmy to come back to save him, Joel Embiid. And then, the best starting lineup clearly, Team David, point guard, military beast, one of the most underrated players in the NBA, Jalen Brunson. At shooting guard, he has another underrated player, one of the best shooting guards in the NBA, Zach LaVine. Small forward, he has a guy who is following in the footsteps of Dwayne Wade, just not as good, Jimmy Butler. At power forward, I have a champion, Pascal Siakam. A center, Josh Childress Jr., Jared Allen. So now it is time to proceed to the bench. And before we move to the bench, let me just also say, you don't have to pick actual bench players. You can pick any player you want to fill out your bench. Just wanted to be sure about that. Got that, Rohan?
Yeah.
So you don't have to go to freaking Malcolm Brogdon. You can pick whatever star you want. Just wanted to make that clear. So, Rohan, you are on the clock.
Well, I mean, considering none of y'all took him, I'm going to go with Mr. Overpay himself, Jaylen Brown.
One arm bandits.
Yeah.
Okay, let me.
Hero or villain of Boston, depending on the day.
Yep. Hey, bro. Generational breadwinner himself. All right. Okay, let me chill out, bro. I actually like Jalen Brown. Melo, you're on the clock.
It's looking kind of tough, but not really though. Pick up the honestly the best guard left. No one's picked up. Drew Holiday, of course.
Eh.
What do you mean A? What do you mean A? Is he not the best one left?
In my opinion, no. But
All
each
right.
his own. Because he's the guy who I think is better is my next pick. So, the guy who I think is better than Drew Holiday, a guy who is a court general, one of the best court generals in the NBA. He's also capable of scoring. A guy who got injured in college. A guy who has a lot of potential to be a consistent all-star for the rest of his career. And finally, has a true star beside him, Darius Garland.
Nah, bro. You ain't
To
better.
each his own. To each his own. He's a dog. All right. My seventh man. This is a tough decision. There are a lot of good players remaining. There are guys who former MVPs. And no, I'm not picking James Harden. There's also another guy who I mentioned I wasn't sure if I was going to pick him, but he's one of the best young players in the NBA. A versatile player. Loves to stick his tongue out, Mikal Bridges.
Oh, damn.
That's a good pick.
Hey, bro. He can do everything on the court except pass. I don't know why. He just did not like passing on the Nets. Like, I watched the playoff game. That man did not pass once. All right, Melo, you're on the clock.
I kind of need a versatile big in here that can guard all the 5 positions. Go ahead and give me the clear rookie of the year from last season, Banchero at 6-man. Oh, not 7-man. My bad,
Wait, I thought Banchero was a small forward.
bro. He's like 6'9" or 6'10".
I guess the versatility. Yeah, you make a good point there. All right, Rohan, you're on the clock.
So I remember watching this guy play back in 21, and he absolutely annihilated my team. Still didn't win the series, though. But, I liked his heart. I liked how he played. And this is a sleeper pick. I'm going to go Tyrese Maxey.
Hey, not bad.
I was kind of thinking about picking him, but
Hey, who knows? Maybe with James Harden, all the controversy, might see an all-star season out of Tyrese Maxey. On the clock, Rohan, your last pick.
And then if you're looking at my bench, you're like, wow, this guy doesn't even play defense. So we're going to go an actual bench player. We're going to go Jaren Jackson. Oh, wait, no, isn't that? That's
Bro.
Never mind.
bench player.
Calm down.
He's not even in the East.
Yeah, he's in Memphis.
Bench
My bad.
player is crazy.
My fault.
Bro, those are two, bro. That crazy mistake, bro. Go ahead.
He's
Who's
a
your
bench
pick?
player. But, shoot. No, I was thinking about this guy for a while now. Oh, crap.
I'm gonna just have mercy. I won't time you. I'll just have mercy.
I'm just going to go Clint Capella. I need some sort of defense, and he's pretty good in the paint. I panicked, man.
Huh.
We got a comedian over here. We got a comedian, man.
Hey, bro. That was a knee slap. Got the whole squad laughing. All right, Melo, you're on the clock.
I kind of need a true scorer off the bench, that can show out when it matters. Go ahead and give me the man, the myth, the legend, Jordan Poole.
You are a bold, You are bold. You are one bold individual, bro. You are one bold individual. Nah, are you serious?
Am I laughing?
There's no
Bro,
way.
you know deep down not a good pick, but hey, do whatever you want.
But you said what?
That was not a good pick, but do whatever you want.
Hey, it's the eighth
Well,
man,
I
bro.
mean, all you have to do is put a hot lady in the crowd, and then
Bro,
Exactly.
they literally
Like-
put Kim Kardashian and Kay Adams at the game, bro. That man
and
scored 0 points.
Nah, dude, you gotta have Zendaya in the crowd.
I think she was
Yeah.
at one of the games. He still played like trash. But anyway, let me make my last pick.
It was his
My
off day.
last pick of the second Ball and Everything Else fantasy draft. You know, I need a big man. Not necessarily a stretch big, but somebody who can get boards, be a hustle guy, be an energy guy. And right now I'm kind of conflicted. Because they're two guys who kind of play similar. Both. I don't remember the division they're in, but two very solid players. Give me Time Lord, Robert Williams.
Not a bad pick. Not a bad pick.
I was desperate, so I just had to pick some big man. So that is. Oh, I said Robots Williams. I mean, he does act like a robot. He barely talks, but now let's give a whole review of each of our teams. So for Team Rohan, point guard, he has the owner of New York, a guy who, in my opinion, is one of the 5 clutchest players in the NBA. Ice, Mice, Trae Young.
Mice.
Shooting guard. Yes, that's what Skip Bayless calls him. Shooting guard. We have Spider, Donovan Mitchell. Small forward, one of the most underrated players in the NBA. Chris Middleton. Power forward, we have the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Center, Chris Stapps, Pingus, Porzingis. Shooting guard, not shooting guard, 6 man. We have the one-armed bandit himself. Atlanta native, though. Jaylen Brown. 7th man. One of the most underrated players in the NBA. A guy who I didn't even know averaged 20 points this season. Tyrese Maxey. 8th man. My African brother. Clint Capella. Lob catching big Clint Capella. Then Team Melo. We have one of the most underrated point guards in the NBA. Tyrese Halliburton. Shooting guard. We have a guy who literally cut all his dreads. And now look at him. Buzz cut, One of the best two-way guards in the NBA. DeJounte Murray. Small forward. He has a guy who can easily have a game where he scores 50 points. And has an elimination game where he scores 10. Jason Tatum. Power forward. Idris Femi. Bam Adebayo. At center. Sympathy MVP. Always whining. Throwing teammates under the bus. Mr. I need help. I need more help. Even though he scores 15 points in the game 7. Joel Embiid. 6th man. Fake African. Drew Holiday. 7th man. Paulo Banquero. At 8th man. Mr. Rizzler himself. Mr. I can't do anything other than score. Jordan Poole. Thanks for the ring, though.
That's MPJ, not Jordan Poole. But yeah.
Okay. Sure. Team David. At point guard, Jalen Brunson. At shooting guard, Zach LaVine. At small forward, Jimmy Butler. At power forward, Pascal Siakam. At center, Jared Allen. At 6th man, Darius Garland. At 7th man, Mikal Bridges. Eighth man, Robert Williams. And I will play a video that will show you how I feel looking at my team versus your teams.
You know what that means? Licking my chops.
If you
Food.
insist. I mean,
Food. You got our food. Food for me. Easy. It's like
Yeah,
just regular, bro.
your
Easy.
team would be great
Appetizer.
if this was the playoffs. It would be
Appetizer.
amazing if it was the playoffs.
Hey,
Bro,
bro.
your
Remember, it was
bigs are
regular
getting bullied
season.
by both of our teams, bro.
Cap.
Your
Cap.
bigs are getting bullied, bro.
Robert Williams,
Bro got Pascal Siakam, bro. Mr. One Move Only, bro. You're getting
Hey, bro.
bricked.
Hey,
You're getting
bro.
like
Hey, bro.
you're getting
Hey,
smacked by us. I'm sorry.
bro. You're literally your team is full of inconsistent players, bro.
Hey, I'd rather be inconsistent than
Nah.
Pascal Siakam, bro.
Bro, don't disrespect Pascal, bro. He's good when he's not the main option. We have Jimmy Butler for that. But
Again,
anyway,
if it was the playoffs, it would be amazing if it was the playoffs. So this is
but
the
see,
regular
Jimmy's
season
good
we're
enough
talking
to make
about.
the playoffs. He can get us to the
And then
playoffs.
he turns the Jets on in the playoffs. I'm not going to deny you on that. But in the regular season,
He's good enough to get us to the playoffs. That's the thing. So
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like what, a play-in?
nah, chill. Anyway, hey, that was 1 year thing. But anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the second fantasy draft on here on Ball and Everything Else podcast. I hope you enjoyed these unserious takes by these other people. So I hope you had fun with me as your host, David. Please stay tuned for the next fantasy draft. The third one. I hope you stay. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, that you enjoy. All right.
Bro did a whole outro.
All right. All right. So next thing up, let's talk about opening day and Christmas Day. Have you guys heard about what the schedule is for opening day and Christmas Day?
No, not yet.
All right, so I'll just tell you. So for opening day, the Warriors will be playing the Phoenix Suns. Apparently, they just want Chris Paul to have a revenge game. I don't know why. And then you have the champions. We are the champions, Denver Nuggets. That'll be playing against the Los Angeles Lakers, a rematch of the Western Conference Finals.
Really?
And then on Christmas Day, you have the Sixers and the Miami Heat rematch, Jimmy Butler's rematch against his former team. Tobias Harris over me. And then you have the Celtics against the Lakers, a rematch of arguably the two greatest dynasties of all time. Then you have the Nuggets, the champions, arguably the favorite for this year's NBA Finals. And they'll be playing against, look at Curry, man, Golden State Warriors. Then you have this matchup I'm the most excited for. The Mavericks, the owner of the Phoenix Suns, playing against the Suns in Phoenix. Luka will have a chance to impart more violence, more intensity, anger towards Devin Booker. KD versus Kyrie. The matchup between two guys could have won it all. They just stayed together. So, what are your thoughts about Christmas Day and opening night?
Not gonna lie, but I feel like we see the same matchups every year, bro. Like, where are the Kings or the Bucks at, bro? I wanted to see one of them
Oh, Bucks
on
are
Christmas
playing.
Day.
I forgot to mention, Bucks are playing the Knicks as well.
on Christmas Day.
Yes,
That's a mid matchup. I ain't gonna lie, but
Yep. Go ahead, continue.
at least I wanted to see the Kings on Christmas Day, though. Like maybe Kings versus Warriors, because
Mhm.
that's what we last saw them. Take the Warriors to the Warriors fans are fighting for their life at some point. Game 7, that was crazy for them.
I was not worried.
I mean, yeah, you weren't until like the fourth quarter of the game. But
I still wasn't worried.
halftime, you were definitely worried.
I was not worried. Not worried at all. I
Nah,
knew
don't
Stephen
lie,
Curry's
man.
greatness could carry us.
Don't lie, bro.
I'm not lying, bro.
Don't
Zero
lie.
lie. Bro, when you have Stephen Curry on your team, no need to worry.
I mean, yeah, but the matchups aren't bad.
What about
I'm more
opening night?
excited. I'm more excited for the in-season tournament. Anyways, I'm just hyped for that schedule release for that though.
All right. You have any thoughts about opening night though, or you think it's all right?
I mean, it's like we kind of had like the same thing last year. I'm not gonna lie,
Mhm.
like the same kind of level of matchups.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it should be entertaining though.
All right. Rohan, what do you think about Christmas Day and opening night?
I'm most excited for Suns Mavs. Can't wait to see that again. As for Nugs at Lakers, is it Nugs in Los Angeles?
Oh,
or
no, it's Nuggets
are they in
versus.
Denver?
Wait, you're talking about opening night?
No, Christmas Day.
Christmas Day is Warriors Nuggets and
Warriors,
Celtics
Nuggets.
Lakers, but opening night
Opening
is Nuggets
night is
Lakers.
grudge match. Okay. Yeah, no, that's not really a grudge match. Really? They got swept. let's not forget. And I'm not gonna lie, Lakers look pretty mid this season. I'm not. Yeah, I said it. It might be.
Bro,
I think it's
what?
it's gonna be a beatdown. I don't think Denver has championship hangovers. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's gonna be like a 20-point victory for Denver.
Sure. You have any thoughts about Christmas Day though, other than the Mavs?
I mean, usually Christmas Day, I get really sad because the Hawks are probably 10-10 as per usual, 500.
Hey,
How
man,
it'd
I
be.
feel you. Though.
Under 500 or 500.
All right.
So just how
for
life
me,
goes.
let me just start with opening day. I like the Lakers versus Nuggets matchup. I think the Nuggets will win just because I just think they're the better team. And like Rohan said, they don't strike me as the team to really have a hangover. They seem like they have a bunch of guys who are like unproven. Well, not unproven, but are underestimated. Have a lot of grit. And, it's interesting because if you haven't already been paying attention, early in the offseason, Mike Malone was taking shots at the Lakers, how they're stealing all the publicity despite them getting waxed. LeBron stealing all the headlines for all the LeBron sexuals in the media. And I think it's a good matchup. Darvin Ham, LeBron also took some shots as well. So although it was a sweep, it was a close sweep. So I think I'd say Nuggets by 10 or 15. And then the Warriors Suns, I mean, I don't know. It just feels like two teams working an experiment. So it could either be really lit or just really bad. So if I had to pick though, I'd probably say the Warriors just because they have less to work out. The Suns will have to figure out how to operate who's going to be the point guard, how many shots KD, Beal, Booker, all they're going to take. So I'll say Warriors for that. And for Christmas Day, I wanted to see Celtics and Heat, honestly. I felt like although the Heat won, it kind of feels like a rivalry is already kind of in the works, in the making. And it almost felt like there's still some unfinished business between the two. I was obviously, as a Heat fan, I was happy, but I kind of want to see this matchup again on Christmas Day. Two teams who really shouldn't be evenly matched, but due to the greatness of Jimmy Butler, they're evenly matched. I'd say the Heat might actually be a little better. I don't know why the Knicks are. I don't understand why the Knicks are playing. I mean, I know they're good now, but you could have picked a better matchup. I'd rather see Sixers Bucks, honestly. The two African giants battling it out. The Embiid Giannis matchup is normally an entertaining one. They normally bring the best out of each other. So I think that would have been a good matchup. Warriors Nuggets, I'm not gonna lie, Warriors might get smacked just because of their paint presence. They don't have anybody that can guard Jokic. Chris Paul's too old to go to guard Jamal Murray, so I don't really know about that. And then I would have honestly liked to see the Nuggets versus Lakers again on Christmas Day, and then Warriors Grizzlies, because Warriors Grizzlies is always comedy. Mainly because as a Curry fan, we wax them. Well, we don't wax them, but we own them. It's not really a rivalry. But at the same time, hey, Draymond said the dynasty starts after Dylan Brooks, so maybe I'll be wrong, proven wrong. But you know, I think Christmas Day though, it's normally lit. The holiday jubilation, the holiday spirit. Teams normally show out, play more closer to a playoff game. Playoff like atmosphere gets you like a mental edge. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. Um, Next segment, we're going to be talking about the World Cup, the Women's World Cup. So we talked a bit about it last episode with the U.S. team disgracing themselves. What a travesty!
Damn.
To be ashamed of themselves.
Damn, bro.
Talking all that smack, talking about, oh, we're gonna make over here talking about making the finals, but no, you finished the same in Nigeria. No offense to Nigeria, but you finished the same in Nigeria. What are we doing? Megan Rapinoe talking about, oh, I want equal pay, this, that, the third. Yeah, look at you, missed the penalty kick. Look at you, talking about, oh, I want more playing time. You did nothing, Megan. You're washed. You're washed. Retire. Hot, bro. I will have somebody come there and put up the cleat for you if you're unwilling to put them up yourself, bro.
She is putting them up.
Bro's unleashing all his stored anger, bro. Oh my goodness.
Talking about over here, acting as if, bro, you want to talk about all this politics now. We don't want to get into any controversy about the politics, so we won't go in depth. But maybe you should focus a little bit more on the game and less on politics. Maybe that would help you. And also, I have to say the rest of the teams are catching up, but I had a question for you guys. Do you think that the USA team, the team that people are catching up to the USA team?
Oh yeah, easily. You think women's soccer really only started to catch on in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, people were more focused on the men's side of things, right? But that's why the U.S. sucks at men's soccer compared to women's soccer. It's because they've had such a head start that now we're finally catching up.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in the women's, we were the ones with the head start. So yeah, it'll start to become more competitive. But it was also the reason why we suck so much in this World Cup is because our coaching was terrible. Our tactics were god awful.
Facts.
That's a fact, low key. But Melo, how do you feel? Do you think the rest of the teams are catching up?
Yeah, it's only gonna get tougher
Mm-hmm.
in the next World Cup. But at the same time, I think we'll have even more talent in the next one.
I feel you. But also, how do you feel about Nigeria, bro? Nigeria made Africa proud. Now, obviously, they didn't make it all the way, but hey, top 16, I'll take, to be honest with you.
Hey, like I told Junior, he's underestimating them because we definitely outplayed England in that game for the most part. But
Mm-hmm. It is tough though because I feel like African team, we just struggle with penalties, bro. Whenever I see an African team kicking penalty, I'm like, we might as well just give ourselves an L, bro. Because
maybe if we were more serious, we probably would have won that game. Starting practice a week and a half before the World Cup, you're not even trying to be successful, really. If we started maybe 3 weeks before, maybe we could have made the semis or something. But with that type of attitude beforehand, you're not going to make it too far.
Hey man, I have to say though, 2027. Hey, Nigeria has potential. I will say that though. Also, wait, were you the one who said that England? I mean, not England.
Japan.
Japan would win.
Yeah, that was disappointing, bro. Like, I'm not sure what happened from them from in this game, bro. But like at a certain point, Sweden had 11 shots and Japan had 0.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they weren't even trying to they weren't being aggressive at all. They were being very passive, not trying to not trying to make those final moves in the final third. Trying to get some what's it called, some attacking going. But I think Sweden has this in the bag at this point. I just
Yeah,
think
for sure.
their best defense left defensively sound compared to the rest of the teams. So yeah,
They're also
I
pretty
think
battle
Sweden's
tested
gonna.
as well.
I think the final is gonna be Sweden versus England. I think Sweden's winning.
Oh, you don't think England will choke?
Huh?
You don't think England will choke?
Versus Australia?
Yeah.
I think England's beating Australia, man.
I don't know. Just England, bro. They're just not reliable, bro. Like when you need a team to choke, just ask England, bro. England. I know England must be watching Squidward consistently.
Thing is, though,
reach
like
that point,
England's
bro.
kind of struggled in their last 2 games, bro. Like
Yeah,
they kind of shouldn't
been
have
this
won
far,
those 2 games, but
yeah.
I feel like there's gonna be a certain turnaround
Mm-hmm.
in the locker room, and they're gonna win this game.
Feel you. And at least for me, I'd probably say Sweden would win as well because their defense is really solid. Their goalie is goated. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Oh yeah, for sure.
their goalie needs a raise, honestly. I don't know where she plays, but hopefully she's making some good money wherever she's at. Their defense is solid. I feel like their offense is kind of like it's all right. Like it's not bad, but
Their goalkeeper plays for Chelsea.
oh, okay,
That makes
makes
perfect
sense.
sense.
Yeah. So I think I'll say it's either I'll say either Sweden or England. I'm only saying England. I know I just said England might choke, but at the same time, it's like as much as England can choke, they're like that team. Like if they're on their A game, they're arguably the best in out of all the teams. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Um, and also, do you think the U.S. women's team, you think they'll be back next time around? Think they can win it?
Yeah, I haven't won the next one.
I think
I
they
just need
could
to be
maybe
humbled.
for sure. And also, people like Sophia Smith, Trinity Rodman, all those people, they'll be more mature at that point, and they'll get rid of some of the old controversy, with Megan Rapinoe, all the other people. But it's cool though. Next
Yeah,
up,
but
I'd like to talk
so
about
far,
Go ahead.
so far I've liked this World Cup. It's been very entertaining. A lot of nice goals
Mm-hmm.
from young players and old players alike. It's been very entertaining.
Yeah, it's like a good mix of old and young. It's good. There's some parity because I always felt like whenever the women's World Cup would come on, like back in the day, I always be like, bro, is there really even a point watching this, bro? Like USA is gonna like destroy everybody. But this year, it's crazy games, bro. Some upsets. So I'd say definitely one of the greatest women World Cups for sure.
Yeah.
But do you have any other comments regarding the World Cup?
Not really.
All right. So let's talk about a man who is left-handed, one of the greatest players of all time, but also is a choker, whines, complains. There's a certain word I won't use because child of God, and also it's family friendly. I think it's a 5-letter word. You get what I'm saying. But also did not like to. He don't put in the work. Had no work ethic. Does not care about doing the little things. All he cares about is dribbling the air out of the ball for 20 seconds and jacking up a 3. Foul merchant, bro. James
Why are you
Harden,
so
bro.
mad, bro? He's not even on your team.
Nah, bro. That he wanted to go to the Clippers. He would have been an impediment to our team, bro. But what do you think about James Harden? Now the trade talks regarding James Harden have been stopped by the Philadelphia 76ers. The expectation is that he'll be in training camp.
I think that Harden will be out by November.
So you
It's
think
not
you're
gonna
gonna put on the fat suit?
it's not gonna work. They can't directly force him. At some point they're gonna take pay cuts from him, not trying to be out there, either in jersey sales or ticket sales, something like that. They're gonna start taking some cuts, and they're gonna have to get rid of him.
Yeah.
I feel like the deal is gonna be completed.
So who do you think would end up getting him?
I don't know if it's gonna be the Clippers, but they might trade him out of spite to a terrible team, or not a terrible team, but like a borderline playoff teams, like a team like the Jazz. They might just out of spite trade him to a team like the Jazz. You know,
I would love that just to see Harden struggle, bro. But anyway, as for me, I think similar to what you're saying, I don't think Harden's gonna. If he plays, he may play like 5 or 6 games. It might be similar to the Brooklyn situation, but except James Harden is no longer a top 10, top 15 player. He's like what, maybe a top 40 player at best.
I mean, he can still give you 20 and 10 a night. So
Yeah, just I think he's the point is he's not Houston Harden or even Brooklyn Harden. At least the first year Brooklyn Harden. So I think as far as trade destinations, I don't really know. I think a team like the Knicks maybe he could fit. But at the same time, I don't know how well James Harden would play in that situation, given the bright lights of New York, the pressure. Harden doesn't do well under pressure. And then you have the dynamic between him and Jalen Brunson. So honestly, I'm not really sure where Harden would end up. The Clippers doesn't make sense because you didn't want to play Russell Westbrook. Now all of a sudden you want to play Russell Westbrook. You're going to be like what, the third option? And like we know you're a ball dominant player. And last time I checked, you said you wanted to go leave the Sixers because you wanted more freedom on offense. You're not getting more freedom on offense. You're actually getting less.
I mean, last time he was the third option, it's worked out pretty great. The times he was the third option, besides Houston, the times he was the third option, he was the closest to getting to the finals. So,
Brooklyn, bro, that was overpowered, bro. Come on now.
I mean, Thunder as well. So, but yeah, I don't really know about the situation. I'm kind of tired of hearing about Harden and his complaining.
Do you think Embiid
he's
will
not
get
winning
traded?
a ring? No.
So you think they're gonna suffer like Kevin Garnett for his whole prime?
I mean, bro, all bro can hope for is that they get some decent players back in the trade because he still has Maxey and Tobias. That's not terrible. The Sixers were the first seed in 2020, 2021. Yeah, so without Harden, so they can do it if they can just get back to where they were at that point in time.
I would say if they trade Harden, they should trade him for some depth. If they get depth, I think they could be just fine. It also depends on how good Tyrese Maxey becomes. Like if Tyrese Maxey,
he kind of
like
regressed,
3, like,
in my opinion.
Who?
I feel like he kind of regressed last season.
Tyrese?
Yeah.
Really?
He wasn't being as I mean, yeah, but even though he averaged more, right? I don't feel like he was being as aggressive as he was the previous year.
I mean, to be fair though, last year he had the Ben Simmons situation, so he obviously was the second option, and then James Harden came and he wasn't the same, so he had more shots. But I think this year, since they tried to integrate Harden more into the offense and make Harden more of the ball handler, that might be why he didn't really have like that same impact. But I think if he has more like free reign, I think it also could help. They have Nick Nurse too, so it helps having a better coach.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot they got her Doc. That is actually a really good thing for them though.
No, anything that gives James Harden an incentive to just suck it up and just play. Like he's in a situation where if he plays not necessarily Houston, but play like Brooklyn Harden. If you play like Brooklyn Harden, you guys can win the championship. Now, I'm not saying like Joel Embiid. I'm not trying to cut Joel Embiid slack or say James Harden. He's, like he's off the hook. But I'm just saying that James Harden's in a realistic like situation as far as winning goes. So I think James Harden just need to suck it up, stop being a baby, stop hanging out in the clubs. If you want to, bro, lock yourself in the gym, bro. Like, what are we doing here, James Harden? Like, you had Dwight Howard. Then the narrative was, oh, he doesn't have enough ball handlers around him. Oh, he doesn't have enough shooting around him. Oh, so guess what? They traded Dwight Howard. They got you a bunch of shooters, so you could play more of the point guard role because that's what you preferred. And hey, it worked out to a degree. You put up your points. You're a good team. Then you flamed out against the San Antonio Spurs without Kawhi. Then next, like, oh, he doesn't have another scorer beside him. Oh, you have to do too much. And then guess what? You guys got Chris Paul, a floor general, a guy who I may not like, but he is one of the greatest point guards of all time. At the time, he's still like a top 20-ish player. And then, to be fair, I will say James Harden did get a little unlucky with the whole Chris Paul injury. But guess what? Next year, KD gets hurt. It's tied 2-2. You have your chance to win. You guys lose. Steph Curry torched y'all and Clay. And then it's like, hey, you can't get along with Chris Paul. Hey, I thought the problem was that you needed a ball handler, but all of a sudden Chris Paul had the ball too much. But hey, whatever. Get your best friend, Russell Westbrook. We all knew good and well that was not going to go far. And of course, they traded Russell Westbrook. Apparently, you wanted John Wall. And all of a sudden, you quit on the team after you get John Wall. And John Wall actually played well for y'all. You want to over your pout and complain and moan, all of that.
At least Russ
and then now you're
defense,
in Brooklyn.
bro.
Huh?
At least Russ can play some defense. I feel like they kind of did the same.
As well, but
not in the
anyway,
level of Westbrook, bro.
Brooklyn, I will say Brooklyn, he did get a little unlucky with the whole injury. But next year, I know Kyrie sat out for some time because of the pandemic and the vaccine stuff. But guess what, Harden? Hold the ship down just hold the ship. Harden, they brought you there to be the point guard. Bro, hold the ship. If you can hold down the ship, Kyrie comes back, KD comes back, you can take your breaks. But nah, Harden just quits on the team again. And then he goes to Philadelphia. Now, guess what, Harden? You have a top 10 player, another top 10 player on your team. You talked about, oh, this is where I wanted to go all along. Oh, I love Daryl Morey, this, that, and the other. Choke. Got sunned by Jimmy Butler. Next year, you're saying, now I'm healthy. I was injured last year. Dropped 9 points in the game 7. Played poorly in game 6. I will give him the fact that he did play well, really well 2 games, but still, James, you don't get that benefit of the doubt at this point in your career, bro. So James Harden, I hope you enjoy it, all this drama, and we'll see what happens.
He's not winning a ring, unfortunately.
Yep, one of the greatest players to never win a ring. So much talent, just never really committed to the process. Always complaining, always whining. It's unfortunate. I felt a tear inside.
Ain't no way.
I'm just playing. I don't care. But anyway. I know it sounded kind of cold, but James Harden, I hope you have a successful life. I just don't want you to win. James Harden, don't take that personally. But you put all the left-hand people on, bro. I'll say that. But now let's move on to our consistent every episode tier list, man. Hope y'all are happy for this. Tier list is where casuals are made. Tier list is where the real serious basketball fans are made. This is where the men become the boys, or boys become men. This is where your basketball acumen is put to the test. Yes, you heard me say it. A big word, acumen. So I'm going to be sharing my screen, and the tier list that we'll be doing is all the NBA Finals series since 2013. So hold on, just give me a second. All right, can you see the screen?
Yep.
All right, can you see the all the players?
Yeah.
All right. So, who we have at number 11? I have my own personal one. I want to hear you first.
Number 11.
We're talking about the series as a whole. We're
Yeah,
considering
obviously.
entertainment, considering the quality, considering what it did for legacies.
Number 11. Damn. Now that I think about this, it's kind of tough.
Personally, I'd say 2018, to be honest with you. Because the thing about 2018 is that, I mean, the Warriors were already established. LeBron had no chance. And the run itself was good. But, bro, we all knew LeBron was getting crushed because, understandably so, because it was 4-against-1, basically. So I don't think it really had much of an impact on like the outcome of the subsequent years. So that's why I'd say the 2018 finals at 11.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Everybody knew the Warriors were going to win that one for sure.
Mm-hmm. Number 10. Ooh, number 10. I don't know. 10, I'm tempted to say 2015. But at the same time, this was kind of like the genesis of like the Warriors' reign, like their dominance. So I think in between 2015 or 2014 Spurs. What do you think?
I think it's 2014 Spurs.
I mean, at the same time, though, you could also look at the fact that this is when Kawhi like put his name on the map, and there's also the end of the Heat, the Big Three
I
Heat.
mean, Curry put his name on the map in 2015, essentially.
Yeah, I guess.
In terms of all time.
Hey, would you say that the Spurs dynasty was already solidified before this championship?
Yeah.
Okay. So, saying that, do you think the Warriors 2015 to number 9?
I think so. I think so.
All right. Number 8. I'd probably say 2017 Warriors. Only because, like, what do you say?
I think that's a good place for that one.
Because the thing is, like, I know KD had a legendary series, and LeBron also had one of the more underrated final series of his career. But one, they blew 3-1 lead. They got KD. Like, no, everybody knew they were going to win. And, like, bro, it would have been. I don't think, bro, if the Warriors did not get KD, even if they got, like, let's say they got, like, a Paul George kind of player, it would have been a lot more entertaining than if they got KD. Because even though I think they would still win if they had Paul George instead of KD, it would be a way more competitive series. And like KD, like kudos to you. You won. You won't be known as one of the best players to never win. But KD, bro, imagine if you won with Chris Paul in LA. Or you won, even if you won with Kawhi in San Antonio, it would have been more respectable than you joined the team that beat you, the team that was pretty much your biggest threat in your conference, the team that was kind of like, the new guys on the new kids on the block that were
The
coming
team that
up.
you choked to, most
Yeah,
importantly.
like what are we doing here, bro? So, yeah, that's why I have them at 8. What do you say number 7 is? I'd say LA.
Number 7. Number 7, I would say Nuggets Heat.
I mean, I feel like they're kind of like similar series, but the reason I'd
Like
say
even though
go
even though
ahead.
the LA series were blowouts, I think it's the circumstances in general. In terms of Braun's legacy, that kind of aided him a lot for sure. Like if he
I
didn't get that
mean,
one, I don't think it would be a debate really at this
wait,
point in
debate for
time
what?
for GOAT.
You think he's the GOAT?
No, I'm saying like if he didn't get that one, I don't think there'd be a point in the debate anymore because you had way more, way more tries, way more years of play and tries, in the finals.
True. I do feel you on that. Like it definitely helped LeBron in that aspect. I think one thing you could also point out is that when you look at most of the Laker great players, they all won except for Elgin Baylor. LeBron easily could have, if he didn't win this one, he could have also joined Elgin Baylor as one of the only great players in LA Lakers history to never win a championship as a Laker. So I think it helped him in that regard. But the thing for me is like LeBron, we all knew he was the second best player of all time before he even won. He was at least top 2. The thing about Jokic, bro, the NBA media, bro, was disrespecting him. Well, mainly him, but also the whole team the entire season, bro. Imagine if they lost in like the second round. Everybody would be calling Jokic a fraud MVP. You have people like Kendrick Perkins saying, "Oh, he didn't deserve the MVP. He don't deserve MVP." Look at Russell Westbrook, bro. Like his MVP was more impressive. Like, come on, Kendrick Perkins. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I think just for me, that solidified Jokic's legacy. It kind of like cemented everything that he did prior because the excuse used to be, well, oh, he doesn't have Michael Porter, he doesn't have Jamal Murray, but now he had him. And not saying the competition was bad this year, but it wasn't the greatest. So it was a winnable situation. So shout out to Jokic. So that's why I'd say he would be 6, but I don't know. So you still think LA? You still think Nuggets should be 7?
Yeah, because that was the Lakers series. That was where we saw the true greatness of Jimmy Butler emerge.
True.
So
that is true.
That was 2 legendary performances.
True.
By 2 future Hall of Famers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put Lakers 6.
2 future top 70 players of all time as well. Well, actually, no, 2 current top 70 players of all time. I mean,
that's kind of debatable, but yeah.
So you think LA 6 then?
Yeah.
Number 5. Ooh. I feel like from like an actual final standpoint, it would be Toronto, but this is where Kawhi, like, no offense to Kawhi, but if he didn't win this championship, would he be a top 50 player of all time? If he didn't win this?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, I guess, but bro, there's like a different level of respect Kawhi gained after that championship, bro. But I don't know, bro. Cause like it solidified his legacy. It ended the Warriors dynasty.
Only man to stop multiple teams from three-peating.
True. I mean, what do you think, bro?
Honestly, I might put Celtics Warriors 5.
Not gonna lie.
Just because Warriors and Raptors, it was peak, like the in terms of like offense, like both teams were good the entire series offensively, right? But the Celtics and Warriors, they kind of had a couple of very lackluster performances in the middle of the series.
Would you consider Game 6 of Toronto Warriors lackluster?
Not really. I just felt like none of the teams were like fully aggressive, and the Clay injury as well. That kind of slowed the game down.
This side question: Warriors. Do you think if Clay stayed healthy, they come back?
Nah, I think the Raptors still win that one.
Bro, imagine the narratives, bro. If the Raptors blew the 3-1 lead, bro.
It wouldn't be as bad though, because they weren't the greatest team of all time, or one of the greatest teams of all time.
I mean, if we're being honest, I feel like the team without KD, the teams are kind of even.
Nah. I feel like the Warriors. Well, actually,
They had no bench.
Nah, because Raptors had all the role players in that series.
And
in my
Kawhi
opinion.
was at his peak. Kawhi the best player in the NBA, in my opinion, that year.
Maybe in the second half, like maybe the last 30 games of the season, probably. But
I mean, I'm talking about overall. What he did in the playoffs, bro, that was legendary. Bro,
all right,
what do you
number
think his 5 is?
5.
I'd say. And also, you have to consider, bro, this cemented Curry's legacy, bro. Like, there's still a lot of, I mean, I know people who respected Curry, but you had a lot of these people saying, well, he doesn't have a finals MVP. Like, Curry has never really had, like, I even thought to this myself, even as like a big Curry fan, as much as I respected Curry before, like, I considered him like a top 15 player of all time before this finals, but I always used to think to myself, what? Like, I
Wait,
feel
hold
like
up.
most
Wasn't
great.
that?
Go
Wait,
ahead.
what? Didn't we just debate for 5 to put Curry versus Celtics at 5? Or am I
Yeah,
tripping?
but I'm saying Curry might be higher because of the legacy stuff. What I'm saying is that before the finals, I used to think back and say, has Curry ever had a signature finals series where he just straight up cooked the whole team as the main guy when there's a lot of pressure on him? And I thought to myself, and the answer was honestly no. So I think that's kind of like Curry's signature finals series, but also game 4 was his signature finals game because prior to that, I didn't really know any signature finals game Curry had with like a high magnitude. So that's why, despite the result, I think what it did for Curry, what it did for the Warriors as a whole, considering they were doubted the whole season, that's why I'd probably put them at 4. But if you want to put them at 5, that's cool.
Yeah, I'll put him at 5.
Number 3. It's kind of tough, honestly. I'd probably say
Nah,
the
not
Bucks
really. I'd
though.
put Bucks.
Partially just from
I
a
think the
viewership.
last 3. I think the last 3 just fall into order.
Yeah. I feel
Just
like
on
go ahead.
just based on the magnitude of each one. You know, Giannis absolutely going on a tear, averaging like what 30. I want to say like 33, 34, and like 10 or something, 10, 34 and 11 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely went off.
Great defense.
Yeah, Hall of Fame defense, making
Yeah, I'm not
Aiden
gonna lie.
look sorry. But yeah, he showed up. You know, after the previous years, 2019, 2020,
Yeah.
he kind of choked out. You know, this was like a certain point, like it was either this is like this was the year he had to actually do something. You know, he had to actually not finalize himself, but like put himself among the greats. Or if he didn't win it that year, I don't think he wouldn't been in a position to win it after that. He probably would have left after that year.
Yeah, for sure. Because all those trade rumors, people are saying, "Oh, go to Miami, go to Golden State, go to New York." Yeah. The thing is about this series, bro. I know good and well the viewership was pretty low this series, if we're being honest.
I mean, when one of the teams is Milwaukee, it kind of realistic.
Let's just be honest, bro. Everybody wanted to see Brooklyn in the finals.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
And also, even the Clippers, people would rather see the Clippers than this. Like, it's the freaking Suns, bro. It's freaking Chris Paul. Like, come on, dog. But anyway, why did you say the Heat at 2?
Do or die, All I can think about is Ray Allen's shot, LeBron's clutch game 7. This was the last. Well, I want to say last true, but this was like the no, actually it is. It's like this was the battle of dynasties practically. Not the only, but yeah, it kind of is the only battle of dynasties in the 21st century. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh, you consider the Heat a dynasty?
I mean, no, because if the Heat won, if the Heat won the following year, they would have been dynasty.
Oh, fair,
so I'm just saying, like, in terms of like
two is iconic teams.
Yeah, basically,
I feel
because
you.
you can't really say that. There's no other time where you had two cores that had multiple like whether teams that won multiple chips up to that point.
I feel you. I mean, for me, it's kind of like what you said. Also, I want to also highlight Game 6 because I know a lot of people say LeBron's a choker and that he's not clutch, but just know, although Ray Allen did hit the game winner, LeBron did score like a good 14, 16 points to like will the Heat back in the game. I
Shoot, he made
remember. Go
he
ahead.
made a shot just before Ray Allen
Exactly.
made his.
Yeah, like brother was taking over, like, and also I think I want to say LeBron's legacy was on the line, but it still wasn't fully cemented. Like, cool, you won the year before, but it's against the Baby Thunder. Now you're playing the big dogs. You're playing a dynasty. You're playing a team that Tim Duncan was still really good. Parker was still good. Ginobili was good. Danny Green was also pretty good that year too. Um, they also had Kawhi as well. So also I think the the intensity, bro, like that was one of the greatest series I've ever seen, bro. Like, so it was so much back and forth. Like, it legit came down to the wire. Like, I remember I watched some video in Game 6. They talked about how some of the Heat fans were just leaving the exits right
Yeah.
before LeBron hit that shot, bro. Like, also, shout out to Chris Bosh too, because people like to get on Chris Bosh, but he got the rebound, and people forget at the end of Game 6 he got the game-saving block. So I think we should also give Chris Bosh credit as well. But that's
Oh
what I'd
yeah,
say
on
too.
Kawhi. Yeah,
And then number one,
of
I
course,
mean, came
of
back from
course.
down 3-1.
I guess he just
Um,
got his feelings hurt.
huh?
Clay Thompson.
Yeah, he definitely did. Definitely
We
did. That's why you don't mess with the king.
don't
You know,
really say much about this one. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, I mean, greatest comeback in my opinion in
Sports history.
sports history. Um, Again, his legacy was still kind of already set, but bro, this really made the GOAT convo like something you can entertain it. Like, it's not like something ludicrous to say. Like, the LeBron's the GOAT because of this series. Now, I don't think he is, but I think it's still it's a conversation. Like, you can it's a barbershop talk kind of thing. So that's why I think it's clear that he's number one. So Um, just to do brief review of our list. Number 11, we have one of the weakest championships of all, the weakest championship, in my opinion, of the 21st century, or at least since 2010, the 2018 Warriors. Number 10, we have one of the most painful experiences of my life as a Heat fan, the 2014 Finals. Number 9, we have the origin of the Dynasty Warriors, 2015 Warriors, which Iggy won a fake Finals MVP. Um, Number 8, we have KD finessing his first championship in 2017. Number 7, we have a series that was kind of depressing, but not completely depressing. Kind of knew we would lose, the 2023 Nuggets. Number 6, we have another series that was kind of depressing, but I knew we were going to lose, the 2020 Lakers. Number 5, we have one of the greatest moments of my life, the greatest moment that I've witnessed as a sports fan, as far as sports moments, the 2022 Warriors. Stephen Curry silences the doubters, shows he's him, shows he's a top 10 player of all time, shows he's that man, shows that he's not a finals choker, shows that he doesn't need KD, shows that he's the greatest shooter of all time, shows that he's one of the most influential players of all time. Number 4, we have kind of bittersweet because as a Curry fan, I was upset that we lost, but I feel happy for Kawhi because Kawhi's a cool dude. I feel like people like to hate on Kawhi a little too much, but to each his own. Number 3, um, we have the Milwaukee Bucks winning 2021 against the Suns, and I was really happy, even though I'm not a fan of either, because I disliked the Suns mainly. At the time, I disliked Chris Paul, so I was happy that Chris Paul is still a ringless man,
Damn.
basketball wise. Number two, we have one of the greatest series of all time, in my opinion, the best version of LeBron in 2013 versus the Spurs, where they won 7 games. And then number one, the greatest sports comeback of all time. Probably the most painful sports moment, or the second most, top 3 most painful sports moment of my life, the 2016 finals. Shout out to LeBron. You did it, buddy. Okay, let me stop. But yeah, before we end the pod, I'd just like us to talk a bit about who. Actually, no. Let's talk about this. Who are the 5 players that you think are under the most pressure next season?
5 players.
Or 3. You can name 3 if you want.
All right, 3. Let me think real quick.
Or should I go?
You can go ahead if you want.
All right. At number 1, now this changed a few weeks ago. I had somebody else, but it just changed due to contract. I'd have to say the one-armed bandit himself, Jaylen Brown, because the Celtics, in my opinion, are the team with the most pressure because, like, how many more chances do you guys need? You know, I know you guys are still youngish, like you guys are in your primes, but bro, the NBA is getting better, bro. Talent is coming in, so you can't just waste these opportunities against teams you really should be beating easily, you know. And he got the 304 mil over 5 years, so you know he's one of the cornerstones, one of the pillars of their franchise now. So Jaylen Brown, yeah. Oh, also let me not forget, they could have traded for KD, you could have traded for Dame, but no, you kept him. So I mean, you gotta win, at least one. So that's why I have Jaylen Brown 1. Number 2, this is assuming he gets traded. I'd say Damian Lillard because at a point, like, I know people used to feel bad. People used to be like, boo hoo, oh, poor Dame. I feel so bad for Dame. No. Bro, Dame was not fooling me, bro. I felt like Dame was just staying in Portland because he could drop 30, get 30 wins or 40 wins, maybe squeeze in a 6 or 7 seed and get zero blame. He was talking about, oh, I'm running from the grind. You know what the grind is? Having a microscope on you the whole season. People actually expecting you to do something serious. Like, look at Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook's career got kind of ruined in LA. Like, that's the grind. Like, having the microscope on you plus having to perform well. You know, so Dame, if you end up on the Heat, which I'm hoping you do, 2024 champions. But Dame, there's a lot of pressure on you. You're not getting any younger either. And the excuse for help is gone now. And then 3, it's kind of a tough one, honestly. I feel like you could put multiple people here. I'm debating. I'll just say the 2 I think that could fit here. Jason Tatum and Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi only because he has to prove he can play an entire series, like an entire playoff run again. And like, bruh, the Clippers basically got on all fours begging you to come to the team. They did. They moved heaven and earth. They moved the entire universe just to get you on the team and to please you. 1 conference finals. Now, I will say, yes, I understand there are injuries, but blowing the 3-1 lead, bruh, that's on you, buddy. So there's that. But the guy who would probably make more sense at 3 is Jason Tatum. Similar to the reasons I said for Jaylen Brown, because Jason Tatum, bro, what's it going to take for you to take the team to the championship and actually win it? I'm actually a fan of you, bro. Tired of seeing, bro. I was so mad when I saw the man struggling against the Hawks, bro. Did Andre Hunter clamp you? Like, bruh, shouldn't be struggling against the Heat either. I, as a Heat fan, predicted that y'all would destroy us. And no, you lost in 7 games. Like, what are we doing, Jason Tatum? What are we doing, bro? Want to be Kobe? Show me. Show me. Kobe wouldn't go out like that. Even age 24 Kobe. He'd go out swinging. He would show he's that dog. Come on, Jason Tatum. I rock with you, bro. I think you're a top 5 player, bro. Show me. Show me. I'm done.
Nah, bro. That was insane. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I think that number one should be Joel Embiid. Simply because this man is the MVP, right? A fraudulent MVP, which is what most people are saying. A good 70% of people are saying it right now. A good sympathy, fraudulent MVP, and he still hasn't made the conference. He still hasn't made the conference finals, bro. Right? I feel like this is like the kind of like all the pressure's kind of building up. His teammates, Harden doesn't want to play with him, or Harden is running away from the grind. He has a new coach. Doc Rivers. You can't blame the coach anymore this time around.
Can't blame Ben Simmons.
There's no Simmons, to mess it up, I guess. He kind of has to. If he doesn't make the ECF this year, he's never going to make it, in my opinion. And even if he does make it after this year, Celtics or Heat's going to be right there to get rid of him. But yeah, it's kind of do or die here for him, in my opinion. Legacy wise, kind of has to make it. Number 2, I would say KD, simply because this man, if anything, he's ran from the grind more than anybody else. He's played with what? James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry,
like 10 Hall of Famers.
Draymond Green, DeMarcus Cousins, that might count. I don't know if you want to count that.
No.
Kyrie Irving, Booker, Chris Paul, and now Bradley Beal.
10 Hall of Famers right there, basically.
If they don't make the finals this year, I'm blaming it on him, in my opinion. I'm just gonna blame it on him. It can't get any easier for this man to make the finals, bro. Like, it's kind of a legacy thing here. You're basically the biggest ring chaser of all time, and you basically choked. Well, besides 2020, besides 2021, am I tripping? Besides 2021,
you mean the year they beat Milwaukee? They almost beat Milwaukee, yeah.
Yeah, besides that season, he's practically choked every other time.
Okay, I wouldn't go that far, but go off.
And then what do you mean you wouldn't go that far?
I mean, I'd say he's only choked like 3 times. 2016, last year, and the Celtics.
Last year. What about the time? All right, okay.
The Spurs one, I'm not gonna blame him. They played.
All right, that's true.
And I mean, Milwaukee wasn't fair, obviously.
But yeah, it's a damn shame, bro. It's a damn shame. Number 3, you probably might not have been thinking about this, but it's a kind of under the radar pick. I'm gonna go with John Morant, because all the stuff that's going on with this man, it's all just negative, bro. Like, I'm disappointed in this man, bro. Like, really could have been, maybe if you were actually, sticking to basketball, you probably could have been the face of the league by now, possibly,
Even helping him. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like if Morant, if like the Grizzlies or Morant, if we get like tossed around in the first round again, we're gonna have to start asking some serious questions about this core, or at least Ja as the leader of the team. He's definitely not acting like the leader. But yeah, that's what I really think is the top 3. Under the most pressure.
Some good picks, but that concludes our 6th episode of Ball and Everything Else podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in getting to know us on a personal level or interested in being a guest on any of the upcoming episodes, just go to our channel, Ball and everything else. Then go to the About page, and you should see each of our Instagrams there. And you can DM us, and one of us, or maybe all of us, will respond to you. And any final words?
See you next time.
See y'all.
On the way. No return.